Next question for you, Mr. Foley. You note on your website that there has been some concern about your eligibility for both a pension from the state police and a salary as sheriff. Your response says, I'm quoting from the website, "I will follow the laws of the Commonwealth in regards to my pension and service, even if it is a reduction in the salary for the position of sheriff, which is most likely the case. I will not be seeking additional retirement benefits or insurance coverage." Specifically, you mentioned you follow the laws of the Commonwealth. What does state law allow you to collect, and what will the practical effect on your compensation be?
The state law allows me, actually, under Chapter 32(9) small a, to run for an elected position if I choose to do so. I've had conversation with PERAC over this to check to see if I was in compliance with the law, and I am. Most likely, from the viewpoint of some people in the, and they haven't come down with an official ruling yet, it's often the reason why I say I'm taking a decrease between $10,000 and $30,000 pay cut from whoever would sit in that chair. They haven't come down with official ruling for me yet. I've asked it for legal, but I will take a pay cut no matter what. I am not seeking another pension out of there. I am not looking for any other benefits. I will be the cheapest, probably, sheriff you have sitting in that chair. As far as my pension goes, you know, I appreciate the opportunity to address this, because I've addressed it everywhere I go. You know, I came on the state police, and I worked very hard over the years. I took on some assignments that were very difficult over time, and I led some investigations, and oftentimes they weren't very popular. We went after corruption in law enforcement. We were after corruption in government, and there was a small group of us pretty much for many, many years that were all alone. I took a transfer out of the organized crime unit because I was told that I wasn't going along with the FBI at the time, and it was all about Bulger and Flummy out there killing people, and it was about us trying to do our job as the organized crime unit. I led that investigation for many years, and I took a lot of hits both personally and professionally. And eventually, we did not go away. It was corruption. That was our job to do it, and we were going to do it no matter what. Now, over that time period, did I have a lot of stressful days and a lot of things going on in my life? Yeah, I did, because we were not getting any kind of support. There were several times I and people on my team were under investigation by the Department of Justice. We were threatened with going before the grand jury. They pulled my tolls a number of times during that time. So when I was under investigation during all those years, it was a small group of us that we're not going to let go. Did I become colonel at the end of this whole thing? Yeah, in spite of everything that went on. Do I have a heart condition at the end of my career? Yes, I do. It is something that I'm going to have for my whole life. It is being treated by medication. My doctors say I can do this. I feel I can do it. I cannot go back to the state police. This is primarily an administrative position as the sheriff. I'm 56 years old, and I still want to work. I'm not apologizing for my pension. I contributed into it. I worked very, very hard for that. And as a result of my service, I think I have this heart condition. So what I'm saying to you is I bring a lot of experience and a lot of background to this position, and I still want to work. That's why I'm here.
Mr. Bove, the question was really for Mr. Foley, but I don't know if you have a...
Well, math is not my best subject, but you're going to be the cheapest sheriff. $112,000 tax-free plus the sheriff's salary, it's about $250,000 a year. That's probably 4 to 5 times what a basic correctional officer makes in the course of a year. You multiply that by the 6 years, it's going to be $1.5 million. And you say it's just an administrative function, it's not an enforcement function. We have correctional officers that get violently attacked. Just last week we had 3 correctional officers get violently attacked by gang members. If it's not an administrative function, what do you do if you're in the yard and that happens and correctional officers are getting attacked? Do you not perform? I just see it's a very, very expensive salary for the course of a year for someone that can just do the administrative function and not the correctional function. The job description of sheriff and superintendent says that the basic function is a correctional officer. If you can't meet the basic function of that job and collect $250,000 to do it, I just think it's not coming across very cheap to the taxpayers.
Give me a chance to respond, Mr. Foley.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I don't think you understand what I'm trying to tell you, Scott. I could stay home and collect my pension. What I'm saying to you is the sheriff is making $123,000 a year. I'll probably make maybe 93 if that's the case maximum. You will not be paying insurance for me. I have that under my pension, which I could stay home and collect if I needed to. And I'm not going to be taking any other kind of retirement benefits out of the jail. I don't feel because I worked very hard and I was out there doing my job that now I'm supposed to, all of a sudden, because it's convenient and I'm running for a political office, to say that I can't go out and continue to work. I want to continue to work. I've earned the pension. I've contributed into it. And it's kind of insulting after everything I've been through now to be criticized as what you people have been putting out there as a double dipper, when I've received from most people prior to me running from office thanks and congratulations for my service on the state police and everything I've done over that time period. In 2004, I received the Attorney General's Award for Exceptional Service. Just 2 years ago, we put an FBI agent in jail for life. And those were not easy things. We broke up corruption with Bulger and Funny. We put police officers in jail during those years. And you want to sit there and insult me by saying I'm collecting $250,000 a year. I would like to see you go out there and try to match that type of experience, Scott. I show up to work every single day when I'm there. I put in long hours. Let me tell you something. The money that I would be making is going to be minuscule to the amount of hours I will put into that job, just like I've done on the state police. I have a track record of a leader. I've been a leader my whole career. I've led the state police, and I want to lead this Worcester County House of Correction. Once again, I'll say, it's easy to say to take politics out of the jail, but you have to show someone by example. Why are you making people donate to your campaign, and you're saying I'm going to take politics out of the jail? As far as your juvenile diversion program, you're saving all this money. Why haven't you presented that to Sheriff Glodis right now and fixed the budget that we're going through right now? Where are these savings?
So let me allow Mr. Bove to respond to a couple of points he made at the end. That wasn't asking you questions, either rhetorically or directly.
The intent wasn't to be the least bit insulting. I know it's a sensitive spot for you.
It wasn't?
I was asked a question, and I was responding to what you had to say. You said that you were going to be the cheapest out there, and I just look at $250,000 a year. It's not very cheap for someone that can only perform half of the job function, just the administrative function. The job is much more involved. It's a stressful environment, and I think as being a true leader, as you were with the state police, and I applaud you for that, a true leader needs to be inside the blocks working with the correctional staff on a daily basis, finding the pulse of what's going on with the staff and the inmates. And I think it's important, and you say you can't perform that function of the job.
I didn't say that. I didn't say I couldn't perform it at all. I didn't say it at all. It was last August, as I was driving down Route 190, I went by a trooper that was lying in the roadway, and another woman was lying in the roadway. I ran up there, and I gave first aid to the trooper, and I gave first aid to the woman in the roadway. I can do that, and I'm not insulting these officers by you trying to say that they don't go into the blocks every single day. What I'm saying is that I would not, as a sheriff, have to be able to walk up and down those blocks every day, as the sheriff, not as a corrections officer. But I will be in these blocks every day, Scott. Unlike a lot of people that have worked up there recently, I would be up and down to make sure that these guys are upset, because I've done it in Walpole, and I will do it here, too.
Mr. Miller, I want to give you an opportunity, if you wish, to respond. He suggested that you are forcing, I don't forcing is the word he used, it may have been folks to give money to your campaign. Do you want to respond to that? Or
yeah, absolutely. The state law is very, very clear. I cannot solicit or accept a nickel. I haven't. It's an necessary evil of politics. You need to raise funds. How do you raise funds? You send out solicitation letters. I can't do it. He can, not being a state employee, he can do that. I don't have that option. I have to rely on other people to do that. And he's raised more money to me to date, so I mean, he's doing something that I'm not doing, and it might be the disadvantage that I have that I can't solicit funds.